Good morning everyone. I'm here to discuss about reducing ER diagrams to tables. And this is the example problem. And this is the ER diagram of a company database. In order to reduce ER diagrams to tables, we must follow the steps according to tabular representation of the EER diagram EN94. For step number 1, for each regular entity type E, include only the simple component attributes and choose one of the attributes of E as primary key of R. For example, in an employee, on this table, all the simple attributes are included and the SSN is the primary key of an employee. Step number 2. For each weak entity type W in the ER schema with owner entity type E, create a relation R and include all the simple attributes of W as attributes of R. For example, in this diagram, the employee is the regular entity type and the dependent is the weak entity type. On the table, the primary key of the employee is the foreign key of the dependents as ESSN and the primary key of the dependents as the name. And we include all the simple attributes of the dependents which are sex, birth date, and relationship. Step number 3. It says that you must choose one of the relations and include as foreign key in the S the primary key of T. On this diagram, the one-to-one relationship is the employee and the department. On the table, we include the simple attributes of the department and the primary key of an employee as MG or SSN and the simple attribute of the department such as Dino, DName, and include the simple attribute of the relation start date. Step number 4. Here, it corresponds to regular or non-weak binary one-to-many relationship. And this is the example of one-to-many relationship of a company database. The employee is the end side and the department is the binary side. On the table, the end side, which is the employee, we include all the simple attributes of an employee on the table and only the primary key of the department is included. Step number 5. For each binary many-to-many relationship type R, create a new relation to represent R. In the diagram, the many-to-many relationship is the employee and the project. On the table, we include only the primary key of employee as ESSN, the primary key of project as PINO, and the simple attribute of the relation which is the hours. Step number 6. For each multi-valued attribute A, create a new relation R that includes an attribute corresponding to A. For example, on this diagram. The example is the location of the department. Includes only the primary key of the department as Dino and the multi-valued attribute of the department which is the location. And the last steps in reducing ER diagrams to tables. Step number 7. In step number 7, for each relationship type R is greater than 2, create a new relation S represent R. On the table, we include only the primary key of the supplier as S name, the part, which is part number, and project as Pino, and include only the simple attributes of the relation as quantity. And that's the end of our discussion about reducing ER diagrams to tables. I'm Ronan A. Balando from BSI Co-Ed 4J.